Thank you, Rob. It does work. Extremely excited for this. And welcome to those of you on the Zoom. I look forward to meeting all of you in person someday soon, and we are excited to share just a little sneak peek of what we have planned. So really looking forward to talking to you guys a little bit about this new venture that we're starting, this very beginning of the seed of an idea that could grow and blossom into something extraordinary. So for those of you who don't know me, my background is actually in branding and marketing, and that's what I sort of cut my teeth in professionally. Ran my own brand consultancy for about 12 years, and in doing that, I learned what really is a brand, and what defines the heart of a brand is a representation of the heart of a company. So when you look at, as you've walked around and as you've been coming into this space, you've seen a series of quotes around. Quotes that talk about life, about the spirit of life. This one in particular happens to be one of my favorites. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and then go do that. Because what the world needs is more people who come alive. This, to me, is a huge way of how I live my life. It's how people I respect and honor and have learned so much live their lives. And it's at the core and the heart of this little company that we're starting. Because this little company that we're starting operates in an industry that's really exciting, both the product that we sell and the way that we bring it to market. And the way that we bring it to market, which we'll talk about a little bit more, what that is called and what it's not called, represents so much. It represents people, represents community, represents life and culture. And it's because of these seeds of what defines network marketing, of what defines direct selling, combined with the spirit and seed of the type of products that we want to offer, that have really defined the brand of this company that we want to start. So, as we thought about everything that we want to do, everything that we want to accomplish, and what would be the symbol and the icon that represented that, the thing that years from now we could look at, the name that for years to come and decades to come, it could represent a company that helps people come alive. We wanted to find a word that means all of that. So I used to teach for 12 years as well. I taught at a university for 12 years. Sometimes I like to ask people questions, see what people's understanding of vocabulary is. I love words and what they mean. So if you think about the Latin root of the word, and some of you are thinking about it right now, I don't say it, but there's a Latin root of the word that means life, alive, lively. You'll see lots of colors flashing behind me, representing a life full of color. This Latin root means these things up on the screen, but it's also the root of some really powerful words. It's the root of the word survive. It's the root of the word revive. It's the root of the word vivacious. It's the root of the word vivid. It's the root of all of these things that represent the kind of life that we want to lead, the kind of life we want to help others lead. It represents life itself. So I'm excited to introduce you guys to ViV. So ViV is the name of this company, this venture that we're starting. It's simple. What does it mean? Well, it means live. Our domain name that we're going to live in the world of internet on and conduct commerce and create businesses is Just ViV. J-U-S-T-V-I-V. Just ViV. Because everything that you'll start to see that's going to come into this brand, it's going to come into this concept, it's going to help people just live. We want people to live their lives, but we want to live that life better. So that's the vision, which on its own is platitudes, right? A tagline doesn't make sense for any company until you really start to understand the heart and soul of that company. When you think about Just Do It, or any other tagline that's out there, think different. You know, those represent massive companies. I say think different to you, and what do you think of? Apple. You think of the company that's the most valuable company in the world that thought differently. A company that went through hard times and good times and great times and phenomenal times and has inspired people around the globe with technology that has helped people think different. But that tagline didn't mean a whole lot the first time it was said in a conference room. The first time it was said in a conference room, it wasn't much of anything. Just Do It was written by the advertising guy from Wyden & Kennedy. He's on his way to a pitch, trying to get the Nike campaign, which they then kept for years. And he couldn't come up with any tagline, and he was just frustrated. He was frustrated trying to reflect the idea of somebody that's just not not going out there and living their life, and he's riding on a plane frantically, and he wrote, "Just do it," you know? And that becomes this iconic tagline that lives, but the first time it said, it's like, yeah, maybe that might work. And I'll tell you right now, when you look at that, there will come a time, over time, as we continue to understand this incredibly colorful brand that represents all the colors of life, that life better will mean something. That life better will become not just a tagline, but it will become our promise. It will become our promise that's based on a history and our own experiences that we know, that means something to us. We didn't just put on a screen one day, that we're committed to making life better. For our customers, first and foremost. For our consultants, that want to understand how to be life consultants and help other people live their lives better. And for our global community. So these three pillars of the stakeholders, the people that we strive to make life better for, are going to drive and define every single decision that we make. So this is at the core and the beginning and the starting point of this company that's just starting. That this group of people is literally hearing about for the first time ever. First time we've put that logo on a screen in front of any faces at all, and now I'm seeing all kinds of cameras. I'm like, get it out there. Please share those pictures far and wide. We're extremely excited about that life better and what that means. So let's talk about each of those three constellations, if you will, with this company. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the tangibles of what that means. So for our customers, this is about taking all your everyday things, taking the hassle out of your everyday, making your life better because it's easier, because it's more productive, because it's more efficient, because you can live more passionately, because you just live. We'll take care of the crap you don't want to take care of. So when people say, what do you sell? What kind of product do you have? What are you going to take to market? Well, a lot of stuff. But things that help our customers live their life better. That's at the core. So it's going to start with clean energy. That's going to be our flagship core product. You're going to hear a lot about that today. We have a way that we're going to do that is truly better. It's a classic better mousetrap, in our view. Something that is truly innovative, disruptive. It's going to make a big difference, but that's not all. We're touching on all of these spectrums: healthcare, water, security, automation, home services, travel. This is a place where we're going to compile and curate the best of the best so that our life consultants can help people make their lives better. Huge promise of ours, something we're incredibly excited about, and we've looked at every category you see up there on screen. Now, are they all going to be available at launch? No. But these are going to be available over time with the roadmap, and we are going to have at least 6 products available at launch. So we'll have multiple ways that customers can engage, multiple markets that we're in, really striving to have ubiquity geographically, having categories, and also to think about this, it's going to help us as a company, is to be able to continually expand. The ease of plugging something into a platform, into a network that is built from the beginning to make our customers' lives better. So talking a little bit about that second constellation, you'll hear more about this in a little bit from our Chief Sales Officer, Robert McFadden, and our consultants. So ViV, we talked about this a little bit more, but it's the Latin root for vivacious and vivid. I like to say viva la vive. And so exciting. So our life consultants, we're going to make their lives better as well. So they're having great products and great tools and great connections. And a huge part of this is going to make that connection between our life consultant and our customer seamless. Because we live our lives on technology. And everybody's sitting here with their phones. What's that commercial? Or maybe it's what's that commercial where the lady gets up on stage and she tells everybody how all of their children's, it's actually in a movie. It's in, what's that movie, the one that just came out with Daddy's Home? Have you guys seen Daddy's Home 2? You haven't? Nobody in this room has seen Daddy's Home 2. You've seen it? Is that the one where she comes up and says that we're going to take all professional photography of your kids for free, so please put your cell phones away? And then the second she says that, everybody pulls out their phones and their iPads, and she's just staring at a whole room full of phones and iPads. Anyway, so we live on our technology. That's the way we access all of our information. And so we want to make it so that our consultants can have a seamless experience, because part of making a life better is making it so that if you have that constellation of products we just talked about, energy, healthcare, travel, it can't be 5 or 6 times that you're trying to take somebody to enroll for every single one of those different things. It can't be 5 or 6 times that customer's going to log into lots of different places to manage all those things. It has to be a seamless platform that helps you do that seamlessly. And the third constellation that I'm most excited about is how we're going to make life better for our global community. So we think about the things that make our lives better. and it's technology and it's simplicity and it's all the things that we just said. Think about what makes life better for communities around the world. For some people, life better is light in their living room. For some people, it's a glass of clean water to drink that came from their own kitchen, and that would make life better. For some people, it's a school down the road that they can send their kids to, and that would make life better. For some people, it's actually to have a clinic where you can go to when you're sick, and that would make life better. And there are so many things in our globe. There's billions of people without access to electricity. There's millions of villages with no access to education. There's 47 acres full of trees being cut down every single minute. You can't change that overnight. You can't change it with one decision. You can change that one at a time. So we have an initiative we call our One at a Time initiative, where we look at these pillars of social good. And it starts with our own company. It starts with an application we've already made to become a B Corp corporation. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Becoming a B Corp corporation is like putting your foot down, drawing a line in the sand, saying we're going to commit to a broad spectrum of what it means to be a responsible company. It's environmental responsibility, it's social good stewardship, it's buying local, it's transparency to your employees, it's transparency and integrity to the contractors that work with your business. And you have to get a score and be assessed and get an 80% on all of the scoring of what they do across this huge spectrum of how you run your business to be a B Corp. It takes about a year to be certified. So we'll have a pending B Corp SIL, but not an official B Corp SIL. But it signifies our commitment that that's the kind of company this is going to be. And our One at a Time initiative is 1% of revenue across all of our global sales is going to go to these types of projects around the world. And those are things we want our life consultants to participate in. They might be trips, they might be volunteer projects, but those are things that as we grow together, we're going to make a phenomenal impact in the world. So when you see life better, that's what that is. So I want to talk a little bit about the team that has brought this together. I said a little bit about myself already, and mostly for those on the Zoom, because I think everybody in the room here, most of the people in the room here know me well. But my name's Cami Boehme. I grew up in Utah, born and raised, moved out to the East Coast with my 2 daughters at the time, about 8 years ago, and I have now a third daughter, 14, 12, and 3, my little girls. And I have to say, there's a story I like to tell about my one daughter, Brooklyn, when she was about, I think 5. She used to write her little to-do list. Some of you have heard this story, but she writes her little to-do list right above her bed, and she'd tape it. It was a bunk bed. She was on the bottom bed, Kennedy was on the top. And she'd tape it right there so that when she woke up, her to-do list for the morning is right in front of her. I think it's like the non-tech version of having your phone right by your bed, and you wake up and it's like, what do I have to do? And so she would look at that little list, and all of her little things were written on there, super, super granular. So one morning I went in there, and I looked at her to-do list, and I pulled it down, and it's super cute. Wake up, get out of bed, take off pajamas, put on pants, get dressed, get packed, go to school, get in car, get out of car. And then the very end of it, after this huge list of that granular of a list, be a good example. And that just always stuck with me. That's her to-do list among brushing teeth, putting on your pajamas, putting your pants on, getting in the car and out of the car, and be a good example. And so, of all the granular things we're going to do as a company to support all the people that join our mission, whether that's taking care of the platform or serving our customers or whatever, on that list is always be a good example. And that's a massive aspiration of all of ours, and it's a united goal among this whole management team. But we want to be an example within the industries of products that we offer, within the network marketing industry of how we go to the market, and with how we're serving communities around the world. So a little bit of how this whole thing came to be. I have a background in energy. I've been in the space for about 8 years, and really recognize the opportunity that comes in deregulated energy. But I've also gone through some of the frustrations that other people have experienced in that industry. It can be really great, and it can be kind of frustrating for customers. And so, quite a while ago, I set about wanting to create a solution for that, wanting to create a technological solution to that, because why can't you have a better way to service customers? Why can't you solve some of the challenges that customers have? And felt that with a marketing background, as my brand new background, having done marketing and sales in my life for quite a while, felt that if I found a way of having that great platform and could bring a marketing expertise to that would be a really fantastic business. Felt that we could bring that to market. So as I set out looking for that, happened to find, by pure chance and luck, an entrepreneur that happened to live serendipitously about 5 miles away from me, in all the world, who was just creating a company that he built just such a platform, exactly what I went out there to try to build and find funding for. So we met, got to talking, and he was at a stage in his company where it was completely serendipitous. They had built this platform. He had it as a proof of concept, had been serving customers for about a year, had saved customers great amounts of money, and said, you know what, I've got it, it works, now I want to scale it. And he was on the lookout for somebody that could help market and scale this thing. So talk about a match made in heaven. And completely excited about the pairing of those two concepts of marketing and scaling and branding and bringing concepts to life and pairing customers with life consultants then meets a great technology platform. So I'm really excited for all of you to just briefly, we're going to hear more about the product later, but I want to have you introduce or get to know our Chief Technology Officer, somebody super passionate about this industry. So come and join me, Kevin Manley.